On June 25th, 2025, we will be under the lunar influence of the Cancer new moon. And this will be at 4 degrees of Cancer. And this moon is supercharged by its conjunction with Jupiter. That is also in the early degrees of Cancer. And so this Cancer new moon is giving us the opportunity to return back to self, back to home, back to something that we abandoned a long time ago. This new moon is also giving us the opportunity to start something brand new, something fresh in the Cancer area of your life, of your chart. So, after this new moon, occurs, you could be moving to a new apartment or a new house. You could be, getting ready to move into a new business partnership or romantic relationship. You could be really stepping into your authority out in the world. I say real world, but out in the world, right? Really making your presence known. Or you could be just really stepping into who you are and fully embracing who you are. And so this new moon in Cancer is going to be absolutely powerful. Time of new beginnings, fresh energy, and planting the seeds that we want to see grow. Okay. And so when you work with the new moon's energy, it is a powerful way for you to align with the natural rhythms of the universe, to set your intentions and to call into your life whatever it is that your heart desires. Okay. And so in this video, I'm going to really break down how you can use this new moon's energy to have the breakthrough that you need to align to your true authentic self. Okay. And so real quick, if you are new to me or to the channel, my name is Katrice and I am the natal chart navigator, and I teach divorced women how to navigate through life using astrology as a powerful tool for healing and transformation. All right. So if you're taking notes, I would advise you to actually get your notebook, like one notebook that you can write in all the time. So when you need to go back and look, and check stuff, you don't want to, have papers here and over here, all disorganized. You want to have everything concise in a notebook so that you can go back and find it when you need it. Okay. All right. So for all the Cancer babies that are watching, happy birthday, happy solar return. I hope your solar return is going to be amazing. It will be amazing because Jupiter is in the sign of Cancer. And Jupiter being in the sign of Cancer is exalted, and so blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings. So happy birthday to all the Cancer babies. All right, so let's really jump into it. So Cancer energy, Cancer is the first sign of the zodiac. It is deeply intuitive, emotional, and nurturing. Okay. It is cardinal energy, and so cardinal energy, it invites action, and it also when you think about the seasons, the first season, when summer comes in, the first sign, the energy that we are in when the season starts, that's cardinal energy. Okay, so the solstice has now passed, so we are now in the season of summer, and so we are in Cancer energy. Okay, and so like I said, cardinal energy invites action. And so when you're looking in the context of Cancer energy, this action would be rooted in care and self-love, emotional healing, and nurturing. Okay. And so when you think of Cancer energy, think of Cancer energy as being that nurturing mother energy. Okay. And it brings up feelings of nostalgia, childhood, and childhood memories, and the ways that we care for ourselves and others. Okay. And so I want to pause right here, because I want to talk about how to really tap into this new moon energy. When you think about your life pre-divorce, so when you were married, right? I want you to think about all of the ways. How did you mother yourself? Okay, how did you take care of your emotional needs? How did you what was your self-love like? Okay. And I want you to, write down how you took care of yourself, how you loved yourself, how you supported yourself pre-divorce, so when you were married. And then I want you to write down, how do you do it now? Okay? How do you do it now, right? And so then I want you to look at those two. And then I want you to say, okay, how do I want to be supported? How do I want to be cared for? How do I want my emotional needs to be met? Okay? Because this new moon's energy, this is where you can really, if you really tap into this energy, you can really shift your life profoundly, and set you on the path. You will really be tapping into your soul, into who you truly are. Because support, how you feel supported, that is like the foundation. That is the foundation of your chart. Okay. When it comes to your family, because when you look at the chart, right, the first house is you. So that's you. And then it's like, as you grow, when you look at the energy, so the first house is baby energy. That's that first spark. That's Aries energy. And then you move into Taurus energy. It's kind of like little toddler, where the me, they're learning about the physical world. And then you move into the Gemini energy, and that's like preschooler. You want to talk all the time. You're learning so much information, right? And then you move into that Cancer energy. Cancer energy is that home energy. It's how the little person is supported. Okay, the bottom of the chart, which is where it's called the nadir, your IC. That's the most southern point on the chart, and it's the bottom of the chart. And that is where that's how you were supported. Here, it's how you feel supported. Now the energy on the house kind of not taints, but it filters out how that support is expressed. Okay, but the fourth house is support. And when you look at Cancer energy and the fourth house's energy are very, very similar. They're not the same, but the significations that both the house and Cancer energy represents are very, very similar. Okay, and so You want to figure out how you were, how you were supported pre-divorce, how you were supported post-divorce, and then how do you want to be supported moving forward? Because by figuring out what was and what you want and what was then and now, okay, so you figure out what is, and then you can say, okay, yes, I want to keep that, no, I don't want that, I want this. And so now you can plant the seeds of how you want to be supported moving forward, okay? So that is why this Cancer new moon is such a pivotal turning point in our lives, okay? And it doesn't matter whether or not you are recently divorced or you have been divorced for 5-10 years, okay? It doesn't matter how long you've been divorced, okay? What matters is that you are using this energy to figure out, how do I want to be supported going forward, okay? How will I support me? And because I'm supporting me this way, that will be emitted, and that is how I will be supported from others, okay? So it's all about you really grounding into your internal support, okay? Now the moon is the planetary ruler of Cancer energy. And so the moon symbolizes our inner world, okay? Which is why introspection and reflection is so powerful during moon phases, when working with the moon, okay? So the moon symbolizes our inner world, so our emotions, our intuition, and our deepest desires. So you want to know your moon sign, and if you don't know your moon sign, you can go to AstroSeek. They have a moon sign calendar, and you can just click on the calendar, and then just at the bottom you click your year. Like if you scroll all the way down, you'll click the year you were born, and then you click the month, and then you go to the day, and it'll tell you where the moon was that particular day. And you can you'll see what your moon sign is, okay? Because your moon sign, when working with the moon, you're gonna work with the moon from that moon's energy in a way that resonates with your moon sign. So for example, if you are an air moon, so that would be Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, okay? If you are an air moon, more than likely you are going to script under the moon, okay? You may want to script under the moon. You may want to some type of communication, because air moons are very communicative, and so they just like to, that's how they get their emotional needs met, by communication, okay? And writing is a form of a communication, and so that may be a release for you if you are air moon. So you have to look up your moon energy to see how the best way to express it. But either way, with this new moon in Cancer, we are really being given the opportunity to reconnect with our emotional self and to create a sanctuary within, okay? And so really take this time to really tap into the power of this new moon, and the fact that Jupiter which is the planet of expansion and growth and wisdom. The fact that, and Jupiter is exalted in the sign of Cancer, meaning that it loves being in Cancer, and it operates beautifully in Cancer. It operates better in Cancer than it does in its home signs, right? It just loves being in the sign of Cancer. And so this is going to be something that's really going to be very, very powerful. And depending upon how much you tap into this energy, and really connect with this energy, then you are going to, that will determine the benefit that you get. Okay. Now Saturn is playing a role in this new moon as well, because Saturn is in the sign of Aries, okay, which is also cardinal energy. So that means it's a square, okay, and squares are where the energies don't always kind of play fair. They don't really know how to interact with each other because they're so different, okay. And so Saturn is there, and Saturn is bringing in the boundaries. I just posted a video about Saturn in Aries, and so you can go check it out. But Saturn in Aries is giving the boundary that it's needed. It's the boundary is really more so an internal boundary, because it's allowing you to be really decisive about what it is that you want when it comes to your emotional needs, to your security, to your inner world, and it's making you be non-negotiable about it. Like, this is what it is, and if you cannot accommodate this, then it's okay. That's cool, but this is what it is, and I'm not weighing from that. I am being sovereign in my choice. Okay. And I think the shift in energies that we have shifting here in 2025, it's bringing us to our sovereignty. It's a lot of times when in marriage, women lose their sovereignty. They give their sovereignty up for the good of the family. Okay, that is also a Cancer energy expression. That is Cancer, and Cancer energy will do that as well. And so it's that mothering energy, right? And it can be overly mothering. And that's another thing you're going to have to be careful of if you are a mother, you have children. With Jupiter being in the sign of Cancer, you don't want to be overly mothering your kids, okay? You want to make sure that you are being loving and supportive, but you are also letting them, go out and explore and do. Letting them, tap in that Saturn in Aries energy. I really think, a lot of the astrologers, I watch so many of them, they really, they're like, oh, the square is bad, but squares aren't bad, okay? Once you really start understanding and tapping into the natal chart and really tapping into the energies, because it's not the chart, it's the energies, it's the learning of the energies. And once you start understanding the squares in your life, the squares from the energies on your chart, once you start understanding how they work in your life, you don't fear any of the aspect, any squares, oppositions, conjunctions, none of them. It all becomes irrelevant. And it's just, okay, these energies, I know I have to, kind of work with them a little more to get them to operate the way I need them to operate, versus these energies, they are more flowing and they are freer and they're easier. So, when you have them happen within the transits, because you know how to work with the energies within you, when it's going on up there, it's easier for you to navigate it. Okay? And so squares are not bad. Squares are not bad. They actually allow you to see things that you wouldn't normally see if everything was flowing freely. They're obstacles that are meant to grow you. Okay, is how I look at it, because everything is a growth process. Okay, so that is the Cancer new moon. Okay, so if you are wanting to get your hands on the free ebook, I do have a free ebook that really breaks down the N.A.T.A.L method. Okay, the N.A.T.A.L method is something that I came up with when I was learning astrology, and it's really just a roadmap on how you need to learn your natal chart, how you can use your natal chart in order to help you to navigate your life, right? Use your astrology chart to really help you come back to center, come back to self, okay? Which is the main theme of this Cancer new moon, okay? So in the description, if you want to get your hands on that, it's absolutely free. You can grab it in the description. I just made some upgrades, some updates to it. I just last night, so it's all revamped and fresh and ready to go. So you can go and grab that. The link will be in the description of this video. Okay, and so that's pretty much what I have for this. It's just this is a good time to journal if you are into journaling, or if you do like the voice journals where you just speak. But really use some type of practice, okay? Some type of meditative practice to really connect with your inner world, with your emotions, and really deep down feel, how can you release what you don't want? How can you build that internal security? This is an amazing moon to do it under. And so, yeah, if you really want to accelerate your healing, okay, if you're wanting to accelerate your healing and really release all the junky, gunky, nasty, crappy emotions that have been sitting inside of you for years, probably before you even got married, then definitely take this new moon very, very seriously. Okay, all right, so again, that's what I have for you. If you want to get your hands on the free ebook, you can, the updated version. Also, I'm going to be doing donation readings. I haven't quite figured it out how I'm going to do it, but I said I was going to do it this Thursday. Hopefully I have everything figured out. I'll say I have everything figured out, and I can do it this Thursday on Astrology After Dark. Astrology After Dark is coming back, so if you loved it, I loved it, so we're going to bring it back. But yeah, that's what I have for you. So until next time, remember, If you can see it in your mind, then you can definitely hold it in your hand, because the truth of the reality is that you create your own reality. Okay? Have a good one.